Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we will be talking about the best battles of every single series, starting from Beyblade Burst. Then we're gonna move on to God series, to the Cho Z series, to the GT series, and finally to the Sparking series. We're gonna be talking about why I'm gonna give my thought process behind which battles are amazing and which battles are why there would be a runner up or like a second best one. I just want to, this is my first discussion video, so sorry if the editing's weird and my voice is weird. Never done a discussion video. This is new for me. So yeah, let's just get started. Starting with Beyblade Burst Season 1. There were two battles I was debating between, but I ended up going with Louis versus Vault, the final one at the end of the season. At first, well actually three now that I think of it. I was thinking of Vault versus Shu and Shu versus Louis, the one before the finals. I was thinking of those two because Vault versus Shu, that showed the passion that both the Bladers had, their Blader spirit basically, and how friends can be epic rivals. And despite Shu's injury, he was still able to pull through and show that he cared enough about his friend that he wouldn't give up even with an injury. I was gonna pick that, but I was like, no, the Free versus, not the Free, that's the next series, the Vault versus Louis, that just showed how much Vault had grown since then. He should have won the battle. It was so close. Vault almost won. He had so much more spin, and he has hit the little mark that he caused himself, and it was so sad to see that happen. And the same thing happened with Shu and Louis. Shu should have won, but because of a fracture caused by Wakia's Bay, Wyvern, his bay broke in the middle of the battle, and it was just super sad as well. Because Vault versus Louis, that truly showed what the first season was trying to show, with how you can start off thinking that you're the best player in the world, but in the end it depends on the fundamentals and just working your way to become what you really want to be. You never give up. Vault never gave up. He always had a smile on his face. He was always trying, and that's what Beyblade is about, at least for the first series. Moving on to God series. In the God series, there were some pretty epic battles. There were once again, there's three battles I can think of, and it's actually the three final battles. Vault and Free, Louis and Shu, and then Vault and Shu. I ended up going with Vault and Shu because that's my favorite battle out of all of Beyblade Burst. It was amazing. No battle could compare to it, in my heart at least, because of what it meant. Free versus Vault, I liked that battle a lot. It showed off Vault's strength, and it showed off Free. It shows off Free's strength so well. It shows how powerful Free is, and shows off why he is the #1 in the world. And it showed off how neither one were willing to back down. In the end, of course, an injury causes Free to back down, or Chris to make Free back down. But I think Vault would have won either way. I just think he wouldn't have been, he would have been way more tired when it came down to facing Shu, but he would have won that one either way. And when it's Louis versus Shu, I think that battle was good, but I feel like the other two that I mentioned were just they were more they had more impact and just a lot better. Don't hate on me because I said that. They were really good battles, but yeah. But the Vault versus Shu, I have so many Beyblade characters in my head right now. Just getting the names mixed up. Sorry. So Vault versus Shu, that battle showed off the true rivalry between friendships, and how Vault would never ever back down when it came to his friend. And you can translate that over to nowadays, present time, where Vault, he still hasn't used his full potential yet, which is really sad. But I know he will at some point. They're gonna make Vault use all his potential, with his runaway shoot and all his techniques, rush launch, flash launch, ultra flash launch, wing launch, ultra flash wing launch, all the techniques he's learned up to that point. I know they're going to show that off at some point. Maybe he'll get a new launching technique, which I really do want to see. He hasn't got a new one since Cho Z, which is really sad. I do want to see a new one for Vault, and for all the legendary Bladers like Shu. It would be awesome to see a new kind of launch for them, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high. But Vault came so far, and like he's not willing to back down to save his friends, or to help, you know, somebody who's been corrupted by the dark resonance, as it was dubbed in season 3. In season 1, season 2, it was I think he was like she was possessed or something, and in Gachi it was Dark Turbo, and in Sparking it's Flare. So, you know, it changes throughout, but Vault is not willing to give up on that. That's why he worked so hard in the final battle against Lean, or at the end of the Legends Festival. Moving on to Chozi. Chozi, there are a few battles, but I narrowed it down to 2 major battles that, you know, took place. It was Hearts versus Vault, and Aiga versus Phi. Aiga versus Phi wins by a landslide, but I want to mention that Vault versus Hearts really showed off the strength that Vault had gained after making Chozi Valkyrie. The one with the Chozi Awakening, you know, that's unburstable. That battle just showed off how far our Wonder Boy has come, and it's just amazing. I know I'm talking about Vault a lot, but he's my favorite main character, and I just love him so much. Next up and then the real main character of that series was Aiga and his battle against Phi. Oh my goodness, I believe it was 2 episodes long, maybe 3, but it was incredible. It, like, the effects in it were amazing. Like, it just showed off how far Aiga had come. And like, I know I don't really like Aiga because like he was really good to begin with, and like he didn't really get any growth. He kind of just broke out of his evil resonance and moved on and became strong again. I didn't like that, but you know, what are you gonna do about it? But yeah, just that battle itself was just incredible, and I cannot, it was just, I'm at a loss for words. It was so amazing. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend seeing it. If I'm not mistaken, it was episodes 49 and 50 of Chozi. Honestly, amazing battles. GT. In GT, there weren't many exciting battles because I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of GT. GT it's my least favorite. But if I had to pick a battle, it would have to be the tag team with Drum and Delta versus Gwyn and Arthur. The final one before the final battle. That one, I feel like showed off Drum and Delta, like how they finally became friends and they gained the power of friendship in one. You know, that sort of cliche. It was actually really cool, you know, seeing Delta, you know, essentially give up his life. Well, it's not his life, but you know, since you know, bladers don't die, that would be very intense and not good. But Delta kind of gave up his chance to be the one to take down Arthur and Gwyn. I think it was just Gwyn left, and he let Drum take it, and that was super awesome. And like, just that scene itself was, I felt like it had a pretty big impact on the entire series. Not much to talk about since it was pretty, you know, it wasn't amazing. Like I said, I don't like GT. I mean, the bays were awesome, like Lord Spriggan, amazing, but in the anime itself, not my favorite. Moving on to Sparking, aka Super King. In Super King, I'm not caught up yet. I don't know what the latest episode is. I think it's 42, 41. But one of those, there's a battle in there. I watched it, I didn't watch the English sub. I watched the Japanese one where there's no subtitles, so I didn't understand a thing they were saying. But it was the battle between Cisco and Free versus Louis and Drum. And that battle, I feel like, had the biggest impact, like, or maybe not the biggest impact, but it was just my favorite because of how flashy he was and showed the growth. Like, I know I keep mentioning the growth of a character, but I like arcs like that, like how Ryuga in the Metal Fight series became like a pretty cool dude and gave his life for essentially Beyblade. It was amazing. I loved it so much. And like the Free arc with Cisco, it was just incredible, and I absolutely loved it. That battle was the best battle of the series. Don't hate on me. I love it. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I don't know what else to say. The winner of that battle was who was it? It was Cisco. He was the last base standing because Free, I believe Free took out both bays. Yeah, he did a nothing break, which essentially absorb break with the nothing driver, and hands down best battle ever. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for you guys. If you have any other favorite battles, just mention in the comments below. I might do a second one of this when I catch up. But just like, subscribe, get us to 100. And as you know, mention down any battles that you like or any other videos you want to see. I might do more discussion videos like these. These are actually a little kind of fun, very time consuming. But yeah, as always, Bayverse out.